Whoa, gnarly hill out on my afternoon ride. I don't want to turn around. You may not want to turn around either. I'm going to take you through how I'm going to get down this hill. Welcome to MOTOTREK. I'm Dusty Wessels, professional motorcycle instructor with West 38 Moto. Gnarly hill, big adventure bike. We don't want to turn around, we want to get down this hill. First thing we do, take all our gear off, relax, and walk the hill. These ruts are deep, they're steep, and they're loose. My plan is to shut the bike off and walk it down with my feet on the side of the ruts so I have good footholds. So once I make it through the rut, I find a transition point. A transition point to me means it's smoother and my line continuing on down the hill is smoother. I don't want to get in these deep, big rocks with looser terrain. I don't want to be stuck in there. It's going to be much harder to get out of there, and that's not where I want to be. I would much rather be over here in this smooth area than down in this stuff right here. We're going from one side of the trail to the other. I choose this transition point because it's flatter and easier to get across to the smoother side. I don't want to get in those ruts. I'm going to take this smooth track all the way until the bottom. Remember, keep your eyes up. Don't stare at your front wheel. You want to scan for the smoothest exit. Nice, easy approach. There's no foothold yet for me on the left side. As I enter into the rut, I've got my right foot planted on the ground. Front brake here is the only brake that will stop you and that will help you stop. It is the primary brake. Okay, now that both my wheels are in the rut, I've made it past the top and the transition. Now it's just a matter of taking it slow. You can hear my rear wheel dragging. What that means is I probably don't want to push my clutch in too much. I don't want that rear wheel to roll a whole lot. I may not use my clutch very much to control that rear wheel. My front brake is compressed right now, as you can see, keeping me from rolling down this hill along with first gear. The steepness of this hill could give the engine one revolution or a half a revolution. Be ready for that. That'll jump you forward if you're not on your front brake. Bike is off. I've gotten past the first transition. I've got both wheels inside the rut, exactly where I want them. I've got my feet on both sides of the hill. I'm totally stable. The most important thing right here is to keep pressure on that front brake. That's the only thing and the best thing that's going to keep you from going down this hill out of control. Nice and slow. No reason to rush here. All the stopping power is coming from the front brake. Every once in a while, you've got to pull that clutch in to let the rear wheel move past anything that's keeping it from rolling. Be very careful. It doesn't take much. Just a tiny little pull on that clutch will help you propel forward. We're getting ready to exit the rut onto smoother, flatter terrain. Okay, I'm exiting the rut. My footholds are going to go away. On this side, I'm not going to have anywhere to put my foot anymore. What I'm going to need to do at that point is rely on the inside of this hill. So I'm going to lean a little more on this side of the hill, taking my foot and putting on the peg of the motorcycle. I got to take this part slow. It's a little dramatic if you don't give your other foot a place to rest before you move. So right here, that wasn't so bad. The reason I'm not dangling this foot off the side is it completely throws off your balance. The most important thing is you want to be as close in and hugging this bike as much as possible. If this foot doesn't have a good foothold, it's just throwing your balance off. You don't have to lean that far into the other side of the hill, just enough so that you feel stable. Okay, I've reached the transition point. I've got to start the bike up. To get past this, I need a little momentum. Pull the clutch in, pull the front brake in, start the bike up. Nice and easy. Just start with releasing the front brake. Don't release the clutch yet. You definitely don't want to dump the clutch here. You might not even need the clutch a whole lot, but you might need it in little spots, okay? So make sure you have your footholds. Don't be in a rush here. As you can see, my feet are on the ground. Now I'm gonna lose this right foothold. What do we do when we lose it? Put it on the peg, lean into the hill a bit. Keep that front brake compressed. If you've got momentum right here, you can feel yourself moving. Get your rear wheel just past that last rock. Now, shut the bike off. Give yourself a moment to relax. Okay, now that we've made it through the gnarly ruts, we're in a smooth section. We've got to get to our next transition point. Ride this like any other hill you would. Stand up, eyes up. Don't look at your front wheel. Scan the road in front of you. Nice and easy. Here we are at our next transition point. The safest place for you to go is a nice, easy path all the way to the bottom. But we've got thorns, we've got cactus. Everything in the desert is here to kill me. So I'm going down the gnarly rut. Okay, entering the rut. Again, bike is off. Nice and easy compression on the clutch. Let that rear wheel move a little bit. Front brake is everything here. That's what's keeping you from going down this hill out of control. Most important piece is the front brake. Okay, get yourself some footholds. Now you got them. Now, you work your way through this rut. If it were me, I'd probably ride through this and bump over the rocks and just kind of go up the sides. However, let's do it safe. Let's be smart about it. Let's turn the engine off and glide through certain sections that the hill gives us momentum. However, what we're going to come across are some different spots where there are some jagged and bigger rocks where just rolling over them with the bike off isn't gonna work. We're gonna have to start the bike up and get across those. Okay, really important here, when you start to approach a spot where you've got big rocks, it's really important for you to pay attention to where your footholds are, right? So as I get into here, I can use momentum to get me through this, the hill, right? I can just crawl this. Now, what I could do is go over here to the left side. It's a little bit smoother. The problem is then I only have the left side of a foothold. If I can, I want both feet on the ground. Okay, so watch. That's one of the biggest things. You might have a smoother line, but just make sure you've got good footholds. Okay, now I'm at a spot where gravity's not enough. I can't just roll over the top of this rock. I've got to start the bike up. I've got to give it a little propulsion, get a little momentum going so I can get over these rocks. Be very careful as you do this. Expect your rear wheel to get kicked or get caught up on the back rock. Just go gentle and slow. Keep your footholds as much as you can. Boom, right here. Let's shut the bike off. Now gravity is our friend again. Now we've dropped into a spot. Once you get past something like that, relax. I'm preparing to exit the rut. Exiting a rut, you want both of your wheels at a certain point when you're ready to exit together in line. If you crank the wheel too hard exiting the rut, you're telling the bike that you're turning too sharp. That's where a lot of times we get the rear wheel stuck and it starts to slide. Don't turn those bars too far. All it takes is a slight turn. You want to exit as straight as possible. I'm going to start the bike up, give myself some momentum, easy on the clutch, easy on the throttle. You really don't want any wheel spin here. Okay, approaching my exit, I find where I want my front wheel to be. Very little wheel spin, as I said. It might spin on you a little bit. Plan for it, don't react to it. Keep that front wheel straight. Now, all I have to do is come out of here straight. If I've got this front wheel bent over to the right side, and if I hit too much throttle, where am I gonna go? So, next time you're out riding and you come across a gnarly downhill, stop the bike, walk the hill so you know what you're getting into. Remember, front brake is your primary brake. Take it slow, keep your eyes up and look at the road in front of you. Those techniques will help you ride safer down gnarly hills.